That was a good attempt at a save there, but it just shanks right into the net.
Welcome back. This is going to be the St. Stephen Bobcats JV/B team. And serving for them right now is going to be number 11, Ryan Ducheneau. Now, I'd like to go out on a limb and say that both teams so far have seemed pretty evenly matched, even though it's only the Lakers' first point. But I believe that this will be a pretty interesting game to see between the two of them, especially as soon as the Lakers start serving. However, we're not going to get to see another serve from Tommy DeFrederico, I'm sorry. My first time saying that, so correct me if I'm wrong. And we won't see another serve from him because now we will be seeing number 4, Connor Coyne, serving. His either second or third serve is going to go out of bounds, and we're going to see Hunter Koluski serving right now. Number 10 for the Lakers. We're seeing a pretty different starting lineup now. Number 15. Ooh, just a second. Number 15, Brendan Coburn. Number 11, Tracker. Number 31, Connor Howland. Number 10, Hunter Koluski. Number 13, Tommy DeFrederico. And number 2, Thomas Williams. You're going to see Hunter on a little bit of a serving streak here. My apologies. That'll end there for the Lakers. Now it's 4-6 in favor of the Bobcats team. We're going to see number 3 serving. Number 3 being Marcus Moore. That one's going to go off the net, and it's going to be number 31, Connor Howland, serving now. However, he hits that one into the net, and it's going to be number 7, Servant Townsley. My apologies if that one's wrong. Severin, however, rather. Townsley. The coach, it said Towns. The coach said Townsley, so I'm going with what the coach said, so. Number 11, Tracker, will be serving now for the Harvey Lakers. That maybe have just been out of bounds. However, the players on the Bobcats team are going to go for that, and they're going to hit that out of bounds. Tough break. Tracker serving once more. That one's going to hit the net, and it's going to go back to the Bobcats, who now are only 1 point in advance, 7-8 for them. Making that 9-7. And we're going to see number 5, Zach Aguilar serving now. That ball is going to go out of bounds and back to the Bobcats. A little too far, a little too much power in that swing there. Low serve. Serving him well also. And his team, as he is able to get a few low serves here. Surprising the Lakers players. However, Thomas Williams isn't that surprised, and he's able to return that over, with the Bobcats not being able to get that completely under control. Brendan Coburn serving now. Low serve from him as well, but he gets up high after that. That's going to be received by the Bobcats, but Gregory and Deschanel are not going to be able to hit that one back over.
A couple late reactions on both teams for these lower balls that go right behind the front row players.
Yeah. Not able to get a good not able to get under the ball correctly, and so it's going to go wonky for their teammates and won't be able to be returned back over. A little bit of a wonky receive there by Tommy. However, we're just hoping that we won't see that one again. As long as the players can learn from their past mistakes, they should be fine. That ball is going to hit number 3, Marcus Moore, in the back of the head.
A lot more short serves in this game from both teams.
Yeah. I believe the majority of the serves, especially from the Bobcats, went over last time, but we're seeing a lot more serves hitting the net and a lot more receives going a little bit wild. Now, one thing I do like about this team is that they have their names, or their last names rather, on the back of their jerseys so that I can actually tell who's who. Thomas Williams serving once again. Powerful serve from him. But it's just not going to be enough for his teammates to be able to block that ball. Number 11, Deschanel serving once again. Once again, a lot of power from Thomas Williams.
Again, with the late reactions when the ball finally comes over, because I guess they're not expecting it as much.
Yeah, definitely not. That's one thing. If you're able to receive the ball, that doesn't always mean that it's immediately going to hit the floor on your opponent's side.
You always have to be ready for a rally.
Yeah. However, they won't have to here, as the ball is going to hit the net, and we're going to see Tommy serving once more, which is always a good sign for the Lakers team. They just have to be ready for this to be returned back, and I completely jinxed it there. That didn't go over the net. In fact, went more into the bleachers. And that's really the first short serve I think I've seen from Tommy in these few games that I've watched from him.
Yeah, he normally has some pretty good serves. And again, bump too high right into the ceiling, as we saw the last game.
Yeah, a lot of power on these boys, and they just need to know how to harness it correctly.
Yes.
Brennan hits that one back over. And that ball's going to go out of bounds. Good calls from the Lakers players. Hunter not going for that ball, but he is going to go for this serve here. We saw a pretty good run from him last time he was at this service line, and I'm hoping to see one again from him. As his first goes over and gets hit out of bounds by the opposing team, 18-15 in favor of the Bobcats. Sorry, not Huskies. Completely wide open ball. Not good for the Lakers. They could have used these few serves to build their points back up. We're going to see number 3, Marcus Moore, serving once more.
That was a good attempt at a push over, but unfortunately that was not going to work out.
That serve's going to be short and kind of completely across the court as he was in the corner and hit it over to the other one.
Very diagonal.
Connor Halloran serving super powerful. A lot of power on that one. And it's not going to be returned back over by number 5, Zach.
Zach had a good idea there with the tip. It just wasn't executed correctly. If
Yeah.
it had been, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, no, I don't think that would have been returned, but I think he may have thought of it a little bit too late as the ball was starting to fall when he put his hand up to tip. That's the issue with some really good plays. You have to be pretty sharp on them. Thomas Williams, we've seen a lot of good plays from Thomas. Powerful hitter, and he's able to get himself underneath the ball quite nicely. It's going to be interesting to see him play front row.
Again,
And I jinxed him there.
Another would have been great push if it had just gone a little bit higher.
Yeah.
A little bit more power.
Just needed a little bit more power on that. That's a little too much power, though, from Connor Halloran. I understand what the issue there was, though, is it hit off his hands and went completely over the net and out. An issue with calling the ball there. sad to see that that's how this set is going to end, 17-25. This was definitely not how the first game for the Lakers went, but as I said before, what I saw in these middle school Laker boys' first game against Keswick Ridge, well, the first game that I saw, rather, not the first game they played, but the first game that I saw from them was that as they went on, they started to slow down a little bit more. Their best set was towards the start where they were pretty much tied up, but Keswick was able to pull ahead just by a little bit. But as they kept going, I think spirits got down a little bit, and they got down on themselves, and they just weren't able to pull back ahead. And I'm hoping that that's not what happens here, because it'd be nice to see them win this next set and have it go to 3.
I've seen some strong moves from both sides. They've had some really good ideas, but the execution on a lot of their hits, or what they try to have as hits, just go straight down into the net.
Yeah, that's really tricky. A lot of these powerful hits and stuff are things you can perfect in high school, but it's really nice to see these players attempting to do things such as this at the middle school level.
It's definitely going to help them as they move forward in their volleyball careers, because it's always great to start off, even if you can't get it right as you're starting out, to keep trying, especially in a game where you have that idea. It's really good to know that you can have those split-second ideas that could lead to a potential point.
I couldn't agree more. These players have a lot of growth left in them, and it's going to be exciting to see them once they hit high school as well. And I'd like to take this time now that we have to thank our corporate sponsors, Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty and the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs. Our sponsors help us really in every aspect of these streams and improving the viewing experience and getting more students involved. And if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please check the video description for our contact information. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks so much. We got a complete booth swap out. Big thanks to Cecilia Pauly and Adeline Albert for taking you through the first set, and it'll be myself giving you play-by-play, and Silas Whitehall has joined us on color. Thanks for joining us, Silas.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of things that I'd like to comment on.
Well, any advice if you were able to be down there in Coach Patrick Webb's shoes, what would you be saying to these boys as they're coming out for this first set?
Mostly they're just standing straight, hands at their hips, just waiting for the ball, when really you should be low. And I know it's maybe not be comfortable to always be on your toes, but you'd want to at least put your weight on the balls of your feet so that you can easily step forward or jump forward.
Right.
Because that's what the higher levels are a little bit better at. Yes, not everybody is perfect on my team. There's a lot of people that stand stock still, but you got to be low, ready to move, and that'll definitely up your points.
And that's actually something that we saw, interestingly enough, with the St. Stephen, their A team. They would all get really low and actually touch the floor before every serve, so you knew that they were ready. First service by Hudson Mason is good. Response there, that's number 12, Brian Strong. Nice work by Strong with the direct response, and it'll be St. Stephen who scores first. Here's number 2, Jackson Irving. Moorcraft fields it out of bounds. So there's a quick 2 points for the St. Stephen's Bobcats.
Right there, just proving my point that standing still and using your moving just your arms to get your arms only under the ball, that will cause a problem. Right there, number 7, Alex Morecraft, did run for the ball, got a really good up that would have been perfect for maybe a set or a spike. And that could have been a perfect
Yeah,
up.
that footwork really is important. All right, here is Jeremiah Grass. Service goes over. Nice work by Morecraft as he sends it. Couple of Bobcat players trying to move their feet, but can't quite make it in time. So Lakers with a chance to tie it up on the hands of number 16, Jeremiah Grass, but that service will shank wide left. I'll have to wait for him to move the ball. I think it's number 8, could be
Number 9.
Number 9, thank you, Silas. Number 9, that is Deegan Raker.
He had a pretty high serve, slow, but it did go over, and it got them the point. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. If it ends well, it's all good. Here's Regan again.
Ooh, just slightly too short.
Yeah, that'll catch you top of the net.
Number 7, Alex Morecraft.
Here's Morecraft.
Just a bit too short.
Falls out of bounds.
Looks like he stepped a little too early.
Here's number 5. Low serve by Aguilar.
He held it like maybe a foot off the ground. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
No, we saw him do it in the first set, and it's certainly an interesting technique.
I think it might be to like just get it over the net to maybe get it right in the middle where not many people are watching.
He had a pretty successful run of it the first time around, but here it's the Lakers taking over, and we're going to get a timeout now. As the coach, we don't have his name, but the coach of the St. Stephen JV Bobcats is going to rally his troop. Patrick Webb calling his boys in as well. And Lakers pretty happy keeping this one close. If you're just tuning in, they did lose the first set by a score of 25-17, although they kept it close for, I'd say, pretty much all the first half of the game. Don't want to let this one get out of hand as well, as I believe they will only be playing 3 sets. This is the Lakers' second game of the evening. They faced off against the St. Stephen kind of A squad a little while earlier, so they're playing back-to-back. Big thanks to them, and we'll shout out our minor officials as well. Big thanks down there to Marcos Herrero on the scoreboard. Ethan Morecraft is keeping an eye on things at the Don Fletcher minor officiating table, and Wyatt Smith is checking all the right boxes on that score sheet. Big thanks as well to Athletic Director Michael Fletcher, man of many hats, as he is filling in as the referee today. Here's Theo Spacek.
Just slightly too short.
Yep, high, but just falling a little short. Serving's one of those things that tends to be one of the hardest parts of the game to master at the middle school level.
Once you nail the not getting it too high, it'll start going over a little better. When you get it too high, it gives the other team much more time to get in position and get it up and then get it over.
Christian Johnson with a big serve, but that shanks wide, and Herrero at the scorer's table reaching out to make that catch. It's a nice wide receiver move, but unfortunately that does not do the Lakers any good. Here's number 12, Brian Strong.
Number 99,
That's
Cody.
Cody Stinson.
That was a great save by him.
All right, now timeout by Patrick Webb as the Lakers call a timeout, and Bobcats take a moment to hop back in.
It's at 9-6. That's for the St. Stephen Bobcats.
Yep.
B team.
Yep, they put a couple more on the board since the last time out. It was only a 1-point deficit, but Patrick Webb wants to make sure they don't start running away with things. And we'll take a moment to thank the folks up here as well. Big thanks to Cecilia Pauly, who was giving us some commentary for the first set. She has transitioned over to be working the camera, and Adeline Albert, who is also giving us some color commentary, is working the scoreboard and the console. Although Tim Neidert from Germany is also giving us a hand. I'm not sure what he's adjusting exactly, some microphone stuff, so big thanks to him as well. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess that's not happening. But thank you for the attempt regardless. It's always nice to get that long-distance tech support.
It's like an 8-hour time difference, I'm pretty sure. Oh, number 28, Mac Lord.
Yep.
He looked like he was trying to bump it forward, or at least up, but it went way back.
Yep. Getting that angle right can be a tough one.
It's the curving your elbows too early is not good.
You're strong, and another one of these low service players.
Holy.
And
Number 2 pushed it over.
Nice placement by Irving as he gets the celebratory high five from his teammate, number 9, Riker. And now here's Strong again. Hudson Mason, direct response, but that falls right inbound. Strong thought that was falling out. So did I, actually. That was a little tough to read, but good placement by the veteran wearing number 1. And here's Mac Lord now. Lord, there's a good service and places it deceptively. Riker thought it was going to clear him by a lot, but Aguilar didn't really have much room to move in, so Lord finding a hole in the defenses. Here's Lord again. It's low, a little too low. And this will come to number 99. That's, well, I mean, it's pretty much as high as you can get, but definitely the highest jersey number I've seen playing volleyball here.
Out.
But Gretzky, or Stinson rather, will send it out of bounds. And service comes now to number 1, Hudson Mason. We'll see that patented Mason ball slap. And the service, but this one
Slightly too short.
catches the top of the net. Hope Sister Hannah isn't too disappointed. And here's number 2, Irving. Irving sends it over. Moorcraft, direct response. Aguilar just kind of going back and forth now, and confusion there.
They really got to start calling that ball because they all start huddling and getting each other's way.
Yeah, Moorcraft could have moved up, but then both Johnson and Lord came in. But
Looks like
there.
number 2 just stepped over the line while serving.
Yep. Got to keep an eye on that red line. He'll surrender. It'll cost him a point. 14-10, Lakers trail. Jeremiah Grass, nice overhand serve.
Directly to 12, too hard, and then he just couldn't get it up.
Yep, that's especially at the middle school level. You're not seeing a lot of serves come at you like that.
Good to see a fellow number 16 with his perfect serves.
Oh yeah, that is your number, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Any particular reason you chose 16, or?
It was my dad's number in hockey, so.
Oh, there you go. Okay, nice. There it is again. I guess there's no hard and fast rule about the numbers you have to wear in volleyball. It's not like some sports where it's positionally dependent, but
I initially just picked the only large I could find.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Sometimes that's the determining factor. What jerseys do you have?
At first I had 15, but then I told my dad what number I had, and he was like, nice, my number was 16. So I was like, okay, I need a bigger jersey anyways.
Oh, there you go. Works out well. As that response from the Lakers falls right in the back corner. It was a playable ball, but neither of the Bobcats players moved to make contact. And Aguilar, last minute, comes in. Might have been a bit of confusion there. He's kind of looking to his teammates, a little confused.
Like I've been saying, got to call that ball.
Yeah, that was right in the middle of a few potential players. Good on Aguilar for extending and making contact eventually, but it came a little late. He wasn't able to direct it to a teammate. Moorcraft, high serve. That just misses some of the ceiling beams, but he is pumped. Lakers have tied it up, and now St. Stephen has the ball, or calls a timeout. moment to shout out our sponsors. Big thanks to Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty and the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in the stream. Big thanks to Silas and Adeline for tossing on the headset today. Kind of stepping outside their comfort zone, but they both sound great. Both athletes as well, which really helps when you know the sport. But we really appreciate getting them involved. And Cecilia Pauly, a veteran of the commentary up here in the skybox. We thank all three of them, and if you're interested in getting involved, we'd love to have more folks joining our team. So if you're a Harvey High student and you want to help stream these games, whether it's behind a camera, working the scoreboard, or strapping on a headset, please come and see me. Here's Moorcraft coming out of the timeout. Aguilar responding. McLord has it. Hudson Mason can't quite punch it over.
Number 28, McLord, didn't get out of the way fast enough. Didn't volley it high enough either. So just didn't have enough time to get out of the way. Oh, again, proving my point. You gotta call the ball. Call the ball. Team communication is key. As we all know, the C in communication stands for key.
And there's another timeout, as this time it's Harvey calling it. Coach Pat Webb.
At 15-18.
Yeah, they're certainly not shy about using their timeouts either, Coach. We saw Webb use his timeouts a couple times to pretty good effect. He seems to, he definitely has the kids' attention when he's talking to them. He can kind of manage the emotions well, which is tough at the middle school level. It's really easy to either get too excited if you have a big win and lose focus, or get discouraged. But he's done a good job of keeping the boys even-handed, because Lakers have won by a lot, or been winning by a lot at least, and trailed by a lot this afternoon. But he's managed to keep them focused on the game regardless of the score. And there's lots of volleyball here in the David McMullen Gymnasium this week. Today is Monday, and on Tuesday at 5:30, the middle school boys will be taking on Hanwell Park Academy Bears, followed by an exhibition matchup with the senior girls against Nakawick. They do not play. Ooh, collision there is Hudson Mason and Alex Moorcraft, but he sent it over. Can't make anything out of it, though, unfortunately, and Moorcraft limping now. We may need a substitution. He's holding his left knee, and Coach Webb's going to give him a hand there over to the bench, so we'll see who's coming. Just a rough impact. Connor Howland right up there to take his place.
A problem I can see with some of the Lakers' movements is they keep their arms in position to bump as they run, which makes it really awkward to get in position properly. So you want to run, have your arms out, at least run, and then put your hands in position, and then do the shoulder up extension, get it up in the air.
Definitely one of those things you master as you play more. Yeah, there are at least a handful of grade 6 students, and even some of the older students are newer to the game, so certainly some players still learning on the Lakers side, and probably the St. Stephen side as well.
It's like that on the JV team for high school. It's,
a lot of guys new to
this is my first year playing it in my 3-year high school career here.
Yeah, I think Luke Riley's in the same boat.
Yeah.
I think most of the grade 9s played in middle school. I don't know about some of the grade 10s.
There's grade 8s in there too.
Oh yeah, Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith definitely played though. His stepfather, Michel Poirier, is the head coach of the senior boys, so that's another volleyball family here as we get ready for the service from, I'm saying, yep, that's number 8, Denman. Service falls a little short. 17-22, so St. Stephen in the driver's seat, but Lakers still with a bit of breathing room. They could pull back into this thing. Johnson attempting the overhand serve, but it falls out of bounds. That's too bad. It wasn't too high. It came over with good speed. It didn't go beyond the red line, but it did go outside. So we'll see as Johnson continues to work on that.
I don't know if it's a rule for middle school to have to stay on their side when they serve, but in high school, I've seen, and I know because I do it, you can stand in the middle so you have a better margin of error, so that if it goes a little too much right, it'll still be in the court. Too much left, it'll stay in the court.
Well, actually, that seems to be what Strong's doing right now.
Yeah.
He's got
Okay.
that
So
really
yeah.
low serve, so I guess he can move laterally. Take some confidence to kind of know that's what to do.
Holy, they're hitting hard.
And that one a little too much power. It's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be 25. As that's going to do it. That's 2 sets for St. Stephen, and we'll see if they play a third to get their money's worth, or if we'll get ready for a handshake here. Nope, looks like referee Mike Fletcher's calling for the swap aside, so I expect we will see a third and final set in just a moment. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Got a lot of energy out there on the court today for the St. Stephen boys.
And a quick little shout out before the first serve. Shout out to our minor officials, Wyatt Smith, Marcos Herrero, and Ethan Moorcraft, all down there at the table.
First serve there by Ryan, number 11, getting that point. Oh yeah. Another hit by Ryan. Right over, bumped by number 15, Coburn. Holy! What just happened?
Heard the smack as either the ball or one of the kids hit the bleachers down there.
Holy, big hit. Oh, but they saved it. It just bounced off of number 3's hands right into his face. Couldn't get it over the net.
Great attempt at a save there, but it was just too low for it to actually be of any use to the other players on the team.
Oh.
Some nice serves by Connor Howland as he sends it over and keeps getting those points. He's doing really good with those really strong hits.
Getting it over. The St. Stephen boys are not expecting the power behind it, and they don't really hit it at the right angle. Bounces too far out, up, left, or right. And loses the point.
And now a timeout by St. Stephen. So far, this set is going okay for both sides. They're both definitely struggling with some stuff. It's also very early on. It's only a couple points.
0.0 seconds into the game.
4-1 for the Lakers. They
Better
are
start
doing
than
pretty good.
the previous sets. That's for sure.
Hopefully they can keep this momentum and hopefully keep their confidence as the game goes on, because that's definitely an issue that they have.
You can definitely see they still have the energy out there with their chant or what have you. Number 31 again with another serve going straight to Ryan. Number 11 bouncing slightly too far right on his side.
Connor Howland with the really strong serves.
Oh, number 11 and number 1 doing exactly what I've been talking about. Not calling the ball, and communication is key.
Here he is again, and it goes right into the net.
It seems like he didn't throw it high enough, so he couldn't get the reach over. And
he had a good little run there with a couple serves in a row, though.
yeah, it's 6-2. Over. Oh, I think that was a double hit. I'm not sure. Yeah, double hit or lift. Number 4, Riker getting it over, I think. Yeah. Sorry if I mispronounce any of these names. Again, number 4, Riker getting it over to number 2, Thomas Williams. Number 16, I think, got it over number 15. Sorry.
Brian Coburn having some issues there with receiving, and some lack of communication on the Lakers side, as we just saw there, with a couple people ducking their heads and people from the back row colliding as they go for the ball instead of calling it.
Yep. Not sure if it's heat of the moment, maybe pride again. They're not moving their feet fast enough there. Number 2, Williams couldn't get out of the way before number 11, Tracker, and number 15, Coburn, could get there in time. Number 4, Connor hits number 15, Coburn again, a little bit too high on his upper arms. Couldn't get it to bounce up high enough.
Some delayed reactions there and not adjusting as the ball hits the same spots over and over again.
There we go.
Really good rally and hit over by Coburn there.
Number 31, Connor Howland, actually called the ball, and that's what got him the point, I'd wager.
Another short serve, unfortunately, as it goes straight into the ground by DeFrederico. And yet another low serve by Moore. Here we've got Brennan coming up for the serve. Goes for the nice underhand, and that really worked out for him. Goes straight back to him. But again, with the same issue of not reacting in time and needing to either back up way too fast and not having good angle on that ball.
Looks like he was trying to copy that really low serve to get it right over the net.
And another short serve as this goes straight to number 2, Thomas Williams with a good serve, but as he got that ball, it was just too low for him to be able to get under it. I think these boys would definitely benefit from some knee pads.
Is this one going just to 15 like the usual ones they're going? All right.
And here we go with number 99 serving. Cody Stinson, I believe.
15. Brennan Coburn hitting it a little bit too hard. A little bit too hard to his left. Getting it out of bounds.
Another really powerful serve that is just not getting received very well. And goes straight into the net again from this team. We're seeing a lot of serves going straight into the net. And now it's number 11 Tracker up to serve for the Lakers.
Oh.
And it was a great serve with a not so great receive by Gregory from the St. Stephen team. Just had a couple issues with that. And again, he's doing Tracker's doing great with serving for the Lakers side.
Oh, another timeout it seems. Maybe?
He called for a substitution. I think he's just figuring out his line.
Some confusion as to positioning right now, it seems, for the St. Stephen side, as the Harvey Lakers just sit there wondering what's going on. Now Tracker up to serve again.
Not sure if they're going to 15 or 25, but if they're going to 15, St. Stephen will get this point. Oh, yeah.
That was some great plays by the Harvey Lakers. They had some great plays there with some good ups, and just the St. Stephen team could not keep up.
Tracker is definitely killing it with these serves. Oh, that would have been out, but then he kicked it.
Number 8, I think that's Drum, just had some issues getting into positioning there.
Gotta
Again,
call
some
that ball.
confusion.
They gotta call that ball. That's why it rhymes. That's why you know. That's how you know it's right.
Again, some confusion and lack of covering as one player runs off. They could definitely benefit from some practice with both of those things.
It's
Ball
the
straight into
Raptors there
ceiling.
again.
Now we have number 10, Hunter Koleski up to serve.
Oh,
Went right
good
over.
serve. Oh, that would have been a lift, I think, because he kind of hooked his hands and threw it at the net a little bit.
Just some difficulty backing up in time
Connor
for
Howland.
Connor Howland, number 31. And now we have up to serve number 9,
Deegan, is that?
Deegan
Riker?
And there was just some issues with receiving and continuing to play that ball for the Harvey Lakers, and it goes back to Riker for another serve.
Oh, yeah. Get it over to number 15, Brennan Coburn. Doesn't quite get over the net. Going right back to 9, Riker.
That was a great short serve. It's just number 15, Brennan Coburn, could not get it in the right place. Now there's a substitution. Hudson Mason coming in.
Riker again with a good serve over to number 13, Tommy.
That was
Getting
a
it over.
great tip by Tommy Howland. That was perfect plays by them, and now he's coming up to serve. Hopefully we can see some more of his beautiful serves.
A bit too far to his right.
Commentators curse us, right?
You know how it works. You know the rules.
He did have a lot of good power behind that. Now we have a serve that went out by number 5, Zach Aguilar. I don't know. Aguilar. Sorry for the mispronunciation. Again, another serve from Tommy DeFrederico, straight into the ground, unfortunately, because he can have some great serves. Serve right into the net by number 8, Nicholas Drumpf on the St. Stephen side. And now we have Brennan Coburn, number 15, up to serve on the Harvey Lakers.
It's 19-20 in favor of St. Stephen.
Unfortunately,
now it's 19-21.
goes short.
Oh, Oh, 18. My bad. Not 19.
Brian Strong, I
18,
believe, up
21.
serve. Great underhand. Number 11 there, Tracker, just had some difficulty figuring out where he was and what to do, so he ducked, which made it difficult for Brennan to receive. Good
That's
call out by the Lakers.
When a ball is coming not as fast as a spike would be, that's why you wouldn't want to duck. You might want to step out of the way so somebody could run up and get it right behind you, so you're not, like I said, in the way.
Short serve by Thomas Williams. He's had some good serves the last couple games, I've noticed. And now we have Ryan, number 11, serving. He had a good serve, and now he'll have another chance to show his serve again.
19-24 in favor of St. Stephen. Now it's 20-24, just like this year.
That serve was just too low, didn't even touch the net. That can happen sometimes. Now we have Tracker up to serve again for the Harvey Lakers. Another great serve.
Good lob.
And it hits the ground right in front of Brian Strong. Just some difficulties there figuring out where you are on the court.
Oh.
A bump that went completely sideways, making it difficult to receive again and play it on the St. Stephen side. And now we have Tracker up to serve again. And that was right on the line.
23-24. They are definitely catching up with these nice serves.
Here we have Tracker again. Oh.
Oh, I think they just jinxed
Looks like
themselves.
a timeout from St. Stephen.
They may have just jinxed themselves, though, yelling, "We got this, we got this." I'm not going to say anything because commentators curse.
We've been seeing some good plays from both teams, some good following of the ball, even if they can't get under it right. But they're definitely doing a good job trying to. I've seen, especially on the St. Stephen team, whenever the ball shanks and goes off to the side way too far, they always run for it, and they have a couple guys following, which is always nice because you don't want just one person going for it. And now we see the players returning to the court for number 11 Tracker to serve again. It was a great serve, and it went over, received by Coburn. And that
too bad.
Ends the set. That ball went straight to the ground, unfortunately, and now the game has been completed.
Time for handshakes.
Again, thank you to our minor officials, Wyatt Smith, Marcos Herrero, and Ethan Moorcraft, who are working very hard down there at the table to collect all the information that we need for future games and during the game, such as the score.
And thank you to our sponsors, Scott Pierce at Remax East Coast Elite Realty and the Little Village Vacation Resort for Dogs. Our sponsors help us to improve the viewing experience and get more students involved in these streams. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, please check our video description for our contact information. Or come up to Mr. White's room at 204.
And one final shout out. Thank you to our sports, our athletic director and referee for this game who stepped up when the ref did not show up, Mr. Michael Fletcher. He did a great job, very unbiased reffing, which is always great to see. Even though he's from Harvey, he showed no mercy with some of those calls. Thank you for tuning into this game, and have a good night.
Thank you very much.